All right, so this is going to be example 2, part B. And again, we're factoring this trinomial. It's in standard form, x squared x constant. I want to multiply a times c. So again, on this problem, a is 1, c is 6. So ac is 1 times 6, which is 6. And so we're going to be listing all the different factors of 6, which we already did right here. But this time on this problem, b is equal to a negative 7. And so I am now looking for a pair of factors that are going to add to be negative 7. And I'm going to highlight them right here. So right here. These are the ones then are going to fit with this problem. So b is negative 7. All right, so then what we're going to do then is to take the middle term and split it between these two. So my x squared is going to stay the same. Then I'm going to put minus x minus 6x, and then I will have the plus 6 from this. So this splits into those two right there. Once I do that, then I'm ready to group 2. Common factor of x in the first two leaves me with x minus 1. This time I have a minus, so I want to take out a minus in front of this. And so that's going to make me then minus 6. And that's going to leave me with an x minus 1. So double check it. That gives me negative 6x and positive 6. My parentheses are the same, which they must be. If they're not the same, I made a mistake in choosing probably my two numbers here. But I'm going to then factor out that x minus 1, and I'm left with x subtract 6 there. So this one factors into this, and this one factored into that. So you see the different factors. And again, you can double distribute to check your answer. For example 2, and this one is in standard form. A is 1, b is 1, c is negative 6. So I'm going to write a 1, b 1, c is negative 6. So when I multiply a times c, I'm going to get 1 times negative 6, which is negative 6. So when I list all the pairs of factors for this, I'm going to have a 1 and a negative 6. I could have a negative 1 and a positive 6. I could have 2 and negative 3, or I can have negative 3 and positive 2. These all multiply to be negative 6. Then when I do my b, I want my b to end up to be the middle term. So b should be a 1. So here, when I add these sums, so these are going to be my sums. I'll put over here sum. These are going to be my sums. So I'm going to get here a negative 5, a positive 5, a negative 1. Oops, I did the same thing here. I just switched the order of those. This should be a plus and this should be a minus. So I have different terms. So this one's going to end up to be a positive 1. Now I can see then that I want my b for this particular example to be positive 1. So that's going to be this pair right here, 3 and minus 2. So I will rewrite the middle term with a plus 3 and a minus 2. So I'm going to have x squared plus 3x, notice with the x in there, and then minus 2x. So 3x minus 2x is 1x, and then minus 6. So that comes from there, and then this splits into those two. All right, I'm going to group 2. GCF is x. That leaves me with x plus 3 minus, this has a 2 in common, so I take out the minus here, and then that's going to give me an x. I'm going to change that to a plus, and then 2 will go into 6 3 times. So take out my x plus 3, and left with x minus 2. So for example D, again, a is 1 and c is negative 6, so AC again is negative 6, but this time b is going to be negative 1. So again, I can use these ACs over here that I've already listed the factors, But this time I want the negative one, so I then want these two numbers instead to split my middle term into, because they add up to -1. So when I break this apart, I'm going to have x squared plus 2x minus 3x minus 6. So here's my 2 and here's my -3. Group 2, x leaves me with x plus 2 minus 3 leaves me with x plus 2, and that gives me x plus 2 times x minus 3 for my factors. So you see they almost look the same, but they're not. This has an x plus 2, that has an x minus 2. This has an x minus 3, this has an x plus 3. So I can use the same columns to work with, but answers are different. All right, so let's do one. Well, no, we'll stop right here.